Hey, welcome back to the podcast. I'm super excited that you're back with me for some more training, some more learning, some more success. Well, today, what I want to talk about is once again lead generation. I got to sit down with my mentorship masters, and this is actually the third part of the series, if you will, the last two. If you didn't catch the first two parts of this, you want to go back and listen to the previous two podcasts where I was able to share a lot more. But in this particular one, I want to talk more about lead generation, and very specifically, I want to talk about providing value. Okay, providing value. See, when you do lead generation with the strategy of providing value, you get people calling you instead of you having to call them. So check it out. Enjoy today's podcast, Creating Value Through Your Lead Generation.
Welcome to the Success with Listings podcast, where we help you get success in the real estate game the easy way. Now you can get off the roller coaster of feast and famine and out of the rat race of competing with every other agent in town. Hi, I'm Knolly Williams. I took over 1,000 listings during my first 10 years in the real estate game, and in this podcast, I show you how to have success with listings. Let's go.
So your job this week is to go back, read pages 8 through pages 12, and remember that this is very, very important foundational stuff for you to be able to generate all the business that you want when it comes to this whole area of lead generation. Okay, a lot of people are wondering, like, what do I do when I'm in my bunker and things like that. We'll cover that on an upcoming, because I list that here. Let me see where I list that. Yeah, there's only 5 excuses that I've ever heard from agents as to why they don't do this. There's only 5 excuses, guys. I've never heard a 6th one. It falls within these 5, and we'll talk about that on another call. But none of the excuses are valid. I got to tell you, I've heard all the excuses, and they're not valid. Okay, this is something you should be doing every single day, Monday through Thursday, and Friday, agent attraction. All right, let's get to questions. As usual, I went a little bit over on that, but I wanted to overemphasize that. So, oh, thank you, Robert. Robert says you are the real deal. I appreciate that, brother. I've been doing this for, I've been an entrepreneur since 13 years old, so we won't go long history there. All right, so let me get my glasses out here. God, gosh, dog it. Oh, hey, I can see. Dang, burn it. I can even lean back and see it. All right, so Potion 36 is asked. Oh, this is a private message. I'm gonna read it anyway. I think it's meant for everybody. I would like to know if we can find a Facebook master ad hack person, so we can run precise ads for low cost per lead. Then let them soak in the incubator. Yeah, an agent I know is closing 4 a month just from Facebook, but refuses to let me know how she's doing it. Yeah, so that's really, really important. We can do that for sure. Yeah, if you guys want to do that, that's a great idea. Now, I learned Facebook ads from a guy named James Wedmore. I don't know if he still teaches that. James Wedmore, W-E-D-M-O-R-E. I learned all his Facebook ad strategies, okay? And I use Facebook. I mean, I run Facebook ads every day, and it's actually gotten a lot easier than it used to be to run Facebook ads. But you guys should be doing Facebook ads. I mean, you want to target your Facebook ads around your listings, but I don't specifically do my Facebook ads to generate listing leads, because I'm not really in that game anymore. I'm generating leads to mentorship masters, or to my mailing list. I'm growing my list is what I'm doing. I think that most of you guys should be focused on growing your list over anything else. Okay, and I think that people get too hung up on thinking that they have to be the real estate guru of the area. Nobody cares, guys. I got to tell you, if you go to a party and there's 100 people there, nobody cares about what you know about real estate. Okay, you're only going to be relevant to very few people there. Why is that? Because people only move every 7 to 9 years. So guess what? If I'm not moving this year, you're not relevant to me. You can come in talking about all the real estate stuff you want, but I'm just going to go to another corner of the party because you're not talking my language. Now, if I'm thinking about selling my house, guess what? I want to talk to you, right? So it's different there. But a lot of you guys are making everything you do about selling houses. And that, to me, that's the wrong way to do it. If it were me, what I would be doing, if I were back in the game like you guys are in the trenches, I would just be that man about town or that woman about town. And I would take my camera, just like this. You guys see me do a lot. I do a lot of Facebook videos. Facebook videos and YouTube videos. And I do them on my iPhone. That's all I use. I don't have no fancy cameras or anything like that. I have a certain microphone that I use, and that's it. Okay. And I would be that man or woman about town, and I would be out there making myself relevant. I'd be interviewing all the local ER clinics, the doctor offices, the dentist offices, the restaurants, the donut shops. I'd be out there just doing that. Well, how can that translate into business? Guess what? If you've generated an incredible list of people, a percentage of those people are going to buy or sell. By the way, did you know if they're not renting, okay, let's scratch renters off the list, okay? But taking renters out of the equation, within the next 10 years, 100% of the people will buy or sell, right? Theoretically, let's put it theoretically, hypothetically, because people move every 7 to 10 years. So even if you got to give the people what they want, not what you want to give them, okay? People don't care about housing stats and all that crap, okay? The only ones that do care about that are the ones that are ready for the market. And so so what I would recommend is you've got two strategies. You've got one strategy that's just building your list, okay? I want you to write that down. Build my list. That's your number one activity. That's really your number one thing you should be doing, building your list. That's what I do every day. I'm list building, because I know a percentage of people on my list are going to want to become closer to me, and they're going to join Mentorship Masters. A percentage of them are going to want to buy my toolkit. A percentage of them are going to want to come out to my live event, whatever, right? It may not be most of them, okay, but a percentage of them, okay? So you're going to have one list of people that, you're just targeting them through Facebook to buy or sell now. And then you're going to have another list, and all you're doing is providing value, okay? Remember, we I don't know if I have the book here, but we read this book right here. Let's see if I can get it on my stack. The Secret to Permanent Prosperity, right? And that's to provide value and receive value in return. And I got to tell you, the value that you guys think you're providing is probably not the real value that people want. When you guys asked me to write Triple My Listings, remember, I didn't want to write this book, but so many of you asked for it that I had to write it. It's not that I wanted to write it, because I believe first you learn and then you earn. Most of you guys just want to go out and generate a whole lot of leads, and you're flying by the seat of your pants. What's going to happen is you're building a house of cards. I'm just going to warn you up front. You're building a house of cards because you have no foundation. You're going to go out there and do 20, 30 deals, and then you're going to fall flat on your face because you were highly successful, and now you don't know what happened because you didn't have no system behind it, right? You've seen agents do that. They get real successful, and then they flop, okay? I don't want that to be for you guys. That's the reason I teach a very methodical system in Success with Listings that teaches you how to build a strong foundation. Some of you guys are doing a lot of business without a strong foundation, right? So that's bad too. But we can get into, we could actually bring on some people if you guys want to help and identify them to teach more about Facebook ad strategy. But it's really not that difficult, guys. If you focus on, if you're talking about generating leads from a farm, all you're going to do, and some of you guys might just need to know the Facebook ad basics, but you're just going to boost your post around your farm, okay? If I can get you guys out of the mindset of putting out a bunch of real estate related crap, okay, that nobody cares about, then I think we can make some real progress with you, to be honest with you. Because more people are interested in the new pizza shop that just opened up then they're interested in your market stats. I can tell you that right now, right? And so if God permitted me to go out there and kick ass like I used to in the real estate game, I'd be out there at, you know, the breweries, the wineries, and not talking about nothing about real estate. They're like, man, what is this? Hey guys, Knolly Williams here. You guys know I'm Austin's realtor, so I pride myself in knowing everything that's going on. I don't just sell a lot of houses in town, but I do a lot of living here too. And right now we're at Joe's Pizza Shack. Joe, what's going on with your pizza? That's how I would do it, right? They just heard that I'm the real estate guy. I'm good, all that kind of stuff. Now, while I'm interviewing Joe, talking about his pizza recipe, why his place is packed, then all of a sudden, I just asked Joe, I'm like, hey, Joe, so you probably see me around. What would you tell your customers if they're thinking about buying or selling a home? You know what Joe's going to say? I'll tell you that you need to list with Knolly. I'm going to work it in, guys. I'm going to work it in every video I do, right? So you'll notice a lot of the videos that I do are not just like, hey, come join Mentorship Masters. I'm helping people to get past their fears, to unblock, you know, conscious blocks, all kinds of stuff that's not even really related to real estate. And then they're like, man, who is this fool? They start looking me up on YouTube, trying to, you know, and then they start coming in my inner circle, right? So that's how I would do it. And you can get a lot of traction by providing people with what they want, not with what you want to give them, okay? Yeah, what does a person that's just starting in lead generation do to initiate the process? So if you're just that's Robert Graham's asking that. So if you're just getting started in lead generation for the first, like you've never really done lead generation, and that's really, again, I'm gonna go back to this because the reason why I wrote this is number one, you commit to spend 2 hours a day. That's number one, okay? Just commit. I've heard some of you guys like, well, I don't know what to do when I'm there. That's why I wrote this, so you know what to do. Okay, so you commit to lead generation. That's it. That's a mental process. You put it down. You put it here on your phone, and you have it there. Then you get into your lead generation bunker every day, and then you go through this book. You can even go through the table of contents and just highlight or underline the tactics that resonate with you. Okay, you only have to pick 2 or 3 of them. If you want to do 2 or 3 deals a month, you only have to pick 2 or 3 of these. That's it. Okay. So you pick the 2 or 3 that you like, okay, that resonate with you, and then you just start doing them. That's it. You know, you guys see, the truth is success is very simple. Write that down. Success is simple. Success is simple. What the mind likes to do is complicate things and make them very tedious, arduous, and difficult. Why? Because we got to feel like we earned it. We worked for it. We worked hard. Man, I don't work hard. You know, people think I work hard, you know, and I let them have that illusion, but I don't work hard. Okay. I used to work hard, right? And I lost everything I had working hard, but I don't work hard anymore. I play. That's what I do. So don't make it out to be hard. You just get in your lead generation bunker, you know, sit your ass down. Okay. I'm gonna say it. You sit your ass down in your lead generation bunker, you get this out and get to work. That's all. That's all it is. That's simple. Okay, what kind of questions do you ask during the interviews? That's Sabu. I think he's asking, oh, during the interviews? Man, I just ask whatever comes to mind. Like that's just me, y'all. So everybody, you got to work your own personality into this. But if it was me, and you know, I do, people think I'm vegan. I'm not vegan, guys. The vegans wouldn't accept me because I'm not 100% there, right? But I'm probably like a 99% vegan guy, right? But you show me some barbecue ribs, it's on, right? We going for it, right? And I'm not even feeling guilty about it. I feel, see, here's the thing. I'm not on a diet. You know, I have a way of living that's just living life. So I don't diet. I just live. And so it's like Bruce Lee taught, and he's got there's some YouTube videos that probably show this. He taught a style of martial arts called Jeet Kune Do. Jeet Kune Do is the way of the intercepting fist. Basically, it's the way of no way. And what it sounds weird, but Bruce Lee used to say, be like water. Be like water. Water is constantly changing. It's in movement. It's in flow. So when you sit down with a person, to interview them for their, like a restaurant or a doctor's clinic, you just ask whatever comes to mind. Like, I'm going to be in there like, man, what makes the sauce on these ribs so good? Because I just ate 3 of them and I don't really eat ribs. You know, I'm going to ask something like that, and then he's going to tell me what he thinks. Interject humor into it if you can. If you're not a humorous person, don't try humor. That's not your thing. You know, it doesn't work. You know, but just be you, and just ask questions. I mean, the cool thing about video, a lot of people are afraid of it, but I've got there's a secret to video that a lot of people don't know. It's called editing. Okay, editing. And you can edit out a lot of things in your videos if you just don't want people to see them. Or you can just not ever air the video. Just go out there and do it and don't. But you're going to be very critical of yourself. You don't like your voice, the way you talk, you know, the way you look, whatever. I won't say get over it, but just move past that. Transcend it. Transcend that. Because you got to get out there and help the people. That's what's important. Sonia's asking, oh, I like that. Yeah, that's true. Exponential Collaboration has a great video on workplace on Facebook. It's a 2-part training with Jason Nelson. Yeah, that's an excellent video, Sonia. I'm glad you brought that up. By the way, Exponential Collaboration is a group that was put together. Every one of you guys should be members. It's put together by my sponsor, Kevin Kaufman, and his partner, Fred Weaver. So that's a group that we're all part of. So yeah, they have a great, Mina, if you want to learn Facebook, that guy is off the chain with his training on that. So, all right, what else we got here? Technology is challenging for some of us. Is there any help in that direction? Facebook, KV Core. I had said this before. I've got, so on staff, on my personal staff, I've got 2 people that have degrees in computer science. They're computer science majors. And they can learn this stuff backward and forward and really learn it. Mina has learned KV Core, and I'd be happy to see her kind of step up to the plate and teach some of that as well, because she's doing some pretty miraculous stuff with KV Core, generating a lot of listing leads that way as well. So I haven't pulled my guys to start learning, because they've never learned KV Core. They do other stuff for me. But at first I had a thought, well, what if we teach them KV Core and then have them help? But I don't know. I'm not 100% sure that's the direction. But I do believe that if there's a consensus on this, we can all pool our resources and maybe get somebody that helps us with Facebook ads. I mean, you'll be surprised, guys. I mean, you guys could actually form a group of, let's say, for example, 10 people. I'm just thinking this out loud. And you could have a VA that works 4 hours a day for you and does nothing but your Facebook ads and lead generation. Okay. And then you guys in a pool of 10 people could pay that VA. I think it's like $8 or $9 an hour. So, you know, that's worth thinking about. It'd be pretty cheap if you split up with 10 people. But again, a lot of this stuff is easier to learn than you think. Yeah, on page 118, Patty Lynn is reminding, or page 116. See, I don't have my glasses on. I talk about the whole Facebook target ads, because that's a really important strategy. I just think a lot of people go about it. They're thinking short game, and I always think long game. Okay, that's worth noting. Most people, when they teach you a strategy, they're teaching short game. Why do they teach it that way? Because they're high Ds. Okay, that's the way high Ds think. Nothing against high Ds, but the high Ds think that way. It's gotta get it, hustle, grind, gotta get it now. Where's it at? You know, you gotta think more like a squirrel putting away nuts for the winter. Okay, when you do that, guess what? Your supply never runs out. So yeah, the short game is I'm gonna put out a bunch of stats and a bunch of stuff that's going to make people want to block me from the Facebook post because they don't want to see that crap, right? I'm going to put a bunch of that stuff out, and that's all I'm going to put out. And I'm only going to reach the people that want to sell right now. And I don't care about the rest of them. You know, that's one strategy. Another strategy is, I'm in this game, I want to do 10, 20 deals a month, whatever your number is. If you want to do 10 deals a month, and then you just think long game. So long game is all about providing value, guys. Value is what they believe to be value, not what you think value is. Okay. So if I come and hand you something like I told people, I said, read this book right here, Successful Listening. They said, but we want to know how to get leads. Okay. So obviously, as much as I admire my book, I have to admit that it was not providing the value that you guys wanted. I mean, it provides value, don't get me wrong, but you guys wanted a different kind of value. So the value that you provide people has to be the value they want, not the value that you want to give them. Okay. Because the value you want to give them, nobody cares about that. Everybody, you guys know what WIFM is, WIIFM. You've heard that. Y'all know what WIFM is, right? WIFM. What's in it for me? That's WIFM. That's all people care about. People want to talk about their number one subject, themselves. That's people's number one topic. So I guarantee you, if you're not talking to them about their number one topic, they're going to have a low attention span. By the way, did you know that the human being has an 8-second attention span? Now it's gotten down to that. Goldfish, I think, has goldfish has a 7-second time attention span. And so we're right at the attention span of a goldfish. Okay. You're not getting their attention with crap they don't want to see. I got to tell you that. Okay. Let's see. Work smarter, not harder. No doubt. Think long game. What software do I use to edit video? David Speedy's asking. So I use Final Cut Pro for Mac to edit video. A lot of people use Adobe Premiere, which is another really, really good one. There's also iMovie that a lot of people use. And my video editor, I mean, I got to the point, you guys are seeing a lot more videos coming out. So I hired a guy, again, through my Outdesk. He lives in the Philippines, and he's doing all my video editing now. This is something I never wanted to outsource, okay? Because why? Because I love doing video editing. But now I've got other things that are taking precedence. So he uses a program called Filmora. Filmora is what he uses. So there's a bunch of different softwares out there. You know, James Wedmore was my video coach for about a year. He has a lot of free video training on YouTube, James Wedmore. Okay. Lucas, Lucas is asking, do you do video only and not live for that type of post? Yeah, you could do lives, because the live it's the same thing. You could do a Facebook live, you could do a YouTube live, or you could do a video, okay, and edit it. When I tell people to do lives, they're a lot less, they're more apprehensive about doing lives than they are about doing video, okay? The cool thing about if you do a Facebook live, you'll get the video, you can save the video, you can do a Facebook live and never post it. Like if you just bombed, like if it was the most horrible video ever. By the way, it'll probably get a lot of views if it is. If it's terrible, it's probably gonna get a lot of views. But if it's the worst video, you know, known to man, you can just, Facebook will ask you after you do the live, do you want to post this? And then you say no. And then the only ones that have ever seen it are the ones that showed up live. So you maybe had 2 or 3 people see it, right? When it comes to video, I've been following a guy for about the last 6 months named Ping Jun. That's his name, Ping Jun, Pengjoon. He's got about 2 million followers on Facebook. He lives in Malaysia. He does about $10 million a year in online sales, about $1 million a month. And the guy's insane. You know, he's not even that great at what he does. He's just very consistent. You remember when I talked about a habit? You can suck. And I mean, I see him every day. I see a lot of agents out there that really, I don't know why people list with them, but they're consistent. I this is a true story. A friend of mine, which I haven't had the courage, I think my wife told him, but anyway, he has really bad breath. And that's the reason why I told you guys, I told you here in the book, if you got that halitosis issue, you know, which I've had it. I used to have an issue with my gut. If you got halitosis, there's a product out by Dr. Katz called TheraBreath. Okay, TheraBreath. And I see you guys writing. Some of y'all don't want to take notes because you don't want me to know. No, but I'm being serious here. So it's really been it's a miracle. And some years ago, I kept getting this foul. And by the way, most of that comes from the gut. So if you start smelling that, you probably need to do a cleanse. But I started getting that, like, I don't know, a decade ago or so. And I ran into Dr. Katz. I used to order the stuff mail order, you know, because I was ashamed to go buy it at the store, you know, that kind of thing. So this guy has really bad breath. His jeans are wrinkled. He's got the little dandruff thing going, and he's taken. I mean, he's in the top 20 listers. He was in the top 20 listers when I was at Keller Williams in the city. Okay, I won't say his name, you know, but he doesn't talk that well. His speech is not great, but he's consistent. I mean, this dude, he's in that lead generation bunker every day. No shame in his game. And I'm like, dude, I don't get it. I don't understand why people list with him. But guess what? I'm not judging him. I'm just saying he doesn't do a lot of the stuff I teach. But what he does do is he goes in the lead generation bunker every day and he does the work, period. So you can get very little of it right and still succeed. But the part you get right has to be, I mean, I see a lot of people getting all this other stuff right. Man, they got the Facebook ads and all this stuff right, but they're not doing the basic stuff that I teach, you know, which is just the basics. Okay, so let me see. So yeah, you can do Facebook lives. You can take those live videos. You can edit them later. You can repurpose those videos. You want to take that Facebook live video, put it on YouTube as well, and start growing your YouTube channel. Let me see. Yeah, so Sabu says triple my listings to get the leads, then success with listings to nurture and grow the leads. Yeah, so I have a lot of the nurturing stuff in success with listings, but it really goes back to following up with people consistently. You know, you find out when they want to call back, when they're trying to, I mean, people should not stop hearing from you unless they either list or die, you know. They either get off your list, they either cancel, list, or die. That's it. That's the only way they get off your follow-up. So, oh, your sound cut out, David. So when I was talking about the video editing, I think I was talking about David's sound cut out. Hopefully the rest of you guys heard that. So with video editing, I use, man, I'm in a whole nother train of thought. Sorry, David. So my guy uses Filmora. Okay. I use, what I say I use? Hold on, I got to look and see. Final Cut Pro. I was going to say FileMaker Pro. I don't know if you guys ever used to use that software. That was going to really date me. So you can use Filmora. You can use Adobe Premiere. Some people use iMovie, and Final Cut Pro is the other one. Yep. Yeah. Now Filmora is that's a free one. It's like an online software, and I didn't really like it, but my guy loves it, and he makes some good videos. So you know, it doesn't really matter what you use, but I would say, you know, stick with one of those. There's a one that James Wedmore recommends, but I've never used it as well. So I think that's all the questions that I see. You guys can ask me any other questions. I'll hang out for another couple minutes. I know we're already over we're pretty far over the 1 hour. I'm gonna go to the gym, go work out, y'all. Huh? What's up? Got my little baby guns going here. Go work on them. So I'm gonna go do that. I guess you guys are ready to leave. Hey, I love you guys. We'll do another one of these next week. And oh, my Popeye. Oh, look at him. Sabu, I like that. He said I got the Popeye muscles. All right, love you guys. And we will be back together. If you have any other questions, ask me offline. You can workplace chat me, text me, or just post something on our group. Love you guys. Thanks so much for hanging out with me. Do the stuff I tell you to do, and you'll succeed. I guarantee. Love you. Adios.
Well, thanks so much for tuning into this episode of the Success with Listings podcast. If you are serious about taking your real estate career to the highest heights, making more money and helping more clients while working less hours and spending more time with your family, be sure to get your copy of my free book, Triple My Listing, absolutely free at successwithlistings.com. Now, you want to be sure that you subscribe to the podcast and check out successwithlistings.com to get your copy of my free book. Hey, I'll see you on the next one.